One day, Gary came and asked me what to do about this man who lives down the road.
What's the problem? I saw a man this morning and he...
That morning, the man had asked him to go in and see his rabbits after school.
Hello, young man. Off to school then? How about these rabbits of mine now? When are you going to come and have a look at them?
I'll think about it.
Jolly good.
Gary knew it could be dangerous to go with strangers,
Sure.
but he sort of knew this man, and he really wanted to see the rabbits, and now he didn't know what to say. So I said we must tell Mrs. Roberts, their teacher. She was glad Gary had told her. It was the right thing to do.
You mustn't just go. Always find
She said we must always say no if a grown-up tries to give us anything or take us anywhere.
Would you like a sweet?
No, thank you, Mummy doesn't let me.
Here, come and stroke him. Would you like to take him for a walk?
No, thanks, I better not.
Even if we know them, we must still say no.
Want to lift home?
Not now, Mr. Duncan. My mum says I'm not allowed.
And then we must go and tell someone we trust, like our mum, or a policeman, or a teacher.
Hello, Mrs. Barnes. This is Mrs. Roberts speaking.
We must always ask at home first, even if we know the person and really want to go.
I'm talking to Mummy on the telephone, and she doesn't really want you to go and see the rabbits today. But she did say you could take the guinea pig home if you like. Would you like that?
So now, Gary always says no and tells someone.
Jeremy's got a roaring toothache again.
I'm not surprised. He eats too many sweets and never cleans his teeth.
Oh, tut, tut, you'll have to go to the dentist.
Poor Jeremy. His mum should have taught him to clean his teeth every day. They could have been as nice and clean as mine. Look. Have a crocodile smile. Clean your teeth every day.
Cyclists are many times more likely to be killed or seriously injured than drivers on the same journey, and nearly 3/4 of these accidents happen at junctions. If you think you're going to have trouble turning right at a busy junction, be safe. Pull into the left and wait for a gap. Don't risk it. Pull in and wait.
Good morning and happy Valentine's Day. What do you think about the set then? BC stuck every one of those up by hand. And talking of BC, I don't know where he's got to. Perhaps he's counting on his... Oh my goodness. You just got off your bike. Should we take that off so everybody can see you? Right. Come on, confess. How many Valentine's cards did you have? How many? You didn't get any. Oh, how many did you send? How many did you send? 17? You little Romeo, you. You didn't get a card. Oh, isn't that sad? Well, anyway, look, we'll read out some birthday cards now. In case you didn't get a Valentine's card, Karina Affelt, you're going to get your birthday card read out on the telly because you're 7 today. And this is the 7th time you've written and you haven't had your name read out once. Isn't that a shame? But we're making up for it now. So Karina, who lives in the Close, Thurley, Bedford, a very happy birthday to you on Valentine's Day, and love and kisses come to you from Mummy and Daddy, Kerry and Candy. Also, we have a cup... What? There's nothing there, you know. I think you're dreaming this morning. Julia Hall of Flitwick is 5 today, and we're going to give you a wave. And all our love sent to you, Julia, from Nana and Grandad, Legate and family, and also from Mummy and Daddy, and Ian and Sally. Now, 6 today says this card, and this is for Andrew Dennington of Dis. Happy birthday, Andrew. Lots of love sent to you from Nan and Grandad in Norwich, and Mummy and Daddy, and your sister Alison. A big wave from BC, please. And please would you wish little Jan Dalton of Harwich a very happy birthday? We certainly will. Happy birthday, Jan. Lots of love and kisses. Frank Schusterpit from Uncle Graham and Auntie Karen. It says, P.S. There is an extra present under the new table. Exciting, huh? Now, Miss Anita Mackay in Florin, Northampton. It's your birthday, Anita, and we say a very happy birthday. Lots of love from Mum, Dad, and all the family. Also, Sean Kelly in Fairstead, also in Northampton. It says, Happy birthday to you from Grandma and Grandad Foster in East Rodham in Norfolk. They don't get to see you very often, so they're sending you their love, especially today. And it's lots of love to you, and enjoy your birthday and all your presents. Right, Annabelle and Alexander Catchpole are both one today because they're twins. It's your birthday, lots of love from Auntie Betty, Uncle Vic and Wendy. They live in Flegborough in Castrol-on-Sea. Oh, look, what have we got in this one? Look, Lucy. 2 today, says the card, on Valentine's Day, 14th of February. Happy birthday to Craig Bowring, I think that's right, of Haybridge near Malden in Essex. Lots of love from all the family. And look what Craig sent you. Look, a Spider-Man mask. Woo! Right, there you go. Brilliant. And a hat as well. Should we put that on? I think your ears are too big, BC, but we'll stick that one on there, like that. What is he doing like that? There. Beautiful. Right, on with the cards. And happy birthday to somebody who's 2 today, PTO it says, and that's James Wiley. It's 2. Lots of love and kisses from Mummy, Daddy and the dog lady. And enjoy your party this afternoon. Michael McCarthy of Peterborough is 6 years old today, and it's lots of love to you, Michael, from Mummy and Daddy, Grandma and Grandpa, Nina and Barry, Uncle Mark, Auntie Jane, Uncle Graham and Susan. And a happy birthday to Miss J. Bounds, who is 4 today. Lots of love. Oh, no, it's Christopher John Bounds. Lots of love from Mum, Dad, and your brother Mark and sister Julie. Also, Victoria Tolton, happy birthday to you from all the family. Now it's Tarzan.
If you want a delicious hot pudding, just whistle. Bird's instant hot puddings, like ginger-topped hot lemon crunch.
Good boy.
Or banana, semolina, or chocolate. Bird's new hot puddings, just whistle.
Welcome to the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Dungeon Master, and with these magic hologram cards, I will endeavor to warn of the creatures that lurk here. Creatures of evil, like the cave orc, the skeleton, and the ghoul. There are 6 to collect. Mark them well, for this is a world that you enter at your peril.
Shredded wheat and Shreddies. A hologram in every special pack.
Do you know where your lad's going tonight?
What is it today?
The submarine, sir.
It must be new design.
But it's hidden in Kellogg's cornflakes packet.
Security, Boris.
Fueled on baking powder?
Brilliant.
Kellogg's cornflakes with a free diver, patrol boat or sub in every special pack.
This isn't a nature ramble. This is a marvel. Study this early neo-Victorian England.
Space raiders.
Yeah, they're KPs.
Crunchy space treasure.
This astronaut gang is supposed to be after it.
Oh, yeah.
You two, shift it.
And he says that we muck about.
KP Space Raiders. Watch out for them.
You've got the bike. You've got the gear. Don't spoil it all. Get the skills, too. Get yourself trained.
Entertainment on Anglia this Saturday night at 6:45.
Bobby!
Comedy with Cannonball.
Thank God it's the creature from the Black Lagoon.
At 7:15, Me and My Girl.
Steady on, Dad. Remember, you're over 40.
At 7:45, The Price is Right. More winning contestants come on down for their big chance to win some special prizes. Your host as ever, Leslie Crowther. After the news at 8:45, Dempsey and Makepeace dive in for a dangerous assignment. A swashbuckling adventure for the detective duo Dempsey and Makepeace at 9. With an invitation to join Aspel and Company at 10, these are some programs for an entertaining Saturday night here on Anglia.
And this is Anglia Television.
Now the news from ITN at 12 noon.
Food supplies got through today to the besieged Palestinian camp in West Beirut. Shiite Muslim Amal militiamen allowed 3 United Nations trucks into Bouj el Barajne. They carried 15 tons of wheat and 720 pounds of powdered milk for the up to 30,000 people under siege for 15 weeks. 5 people, including 2 injured children, were evacuated. The United Nations had been trying to get relief supplies in since Thursday, but rival Amal groups wouldn't allow it. Gun and rocket fire stopped the convoy yesterday, and an Iranian envoy was shot dead. 2,000 Palestinians demonstrated in East Jerusalem by the plight of the refugees in the Lebanese camps.
We are facing actually triangle alliance from the Israelis with Amal, from the Syrians with Amal. It is a disaster.
South Africa's former ambassador to London, Mr. Dennis Worrell, went back to Johannesburg today and said he'd campaign for black political rights. Mr. Worrell is to stand as an independent in May's whites-only election, which he said must produce a mandate for ending apartheid.
Dr. Dennis Worrell arrived back in South Africa as a free agent facing an uncertain future. The decision to resign from government service, sparked by an impatience with the sluggish pace of change in this country, separating him from his political home, the ruling National Party. But the news conference on arrival was clearly the beginning of a campaign Dr. Worrell hopes will culminate in a seat in Parliament. He confirmed that he intends standing in the forthcoming whites-only general election as an independent candidate, arguing that the policies of the existing political parties will result only in an ongoing stalemate.
There is a general feeling that we are drifting. We are drifting between unrest and repression. That in fact, even good friends of ours feel that, or are beginning to question whether peaceful answers are possible. We find ourselves in the position where ideologically we have said goodbye to apartheid, but apartheid practices still exist.
6 people, including 4 young children, have died in a fire in a house in Northamptonshire. The blaze broke out early today at a house in Itlingborough. The alarm was raised by the children's mother, who managed to escape from the house unhurt with a baby. When firemen arrived, they said the smoke inside was so thick they could only see for 4 inches in front of them. Despite attempts to revive the children, they all died at the house. Police are now trying to trace their father. In Northern Ireland, security forces carried out a control explosion at the scene of a bomb attack in which a soldier was injured. The homemade bomb went off last night in the Bogside area of Londonderry as a foot patrol passed by. Disposal experts were called in after a second bomb was found nearby. The Prime Minister's son and his Texan fiancée are celebrating Valentine's Day by getting married. Mark Thatcher and his Mrs. Thatcher, Diane Bergdorf, arrived at the Savoy Chapel in central London half an hour ago.
Mark Thatcher was sporting a yellow rose, obviously the rose of Texas, when he left Downing Street for a Valentine Day wedding to his sweetheart from Dallas. The 33-year-old groom put on a smile and said he hoped he'd get his lines right. The groom's mother had only one concern, the weather. Mrs. Thatcher was in her favourite colour, her outfit officially described as hyacinth blue. At the Savoy Chapel, Miss Bergdorf's 4 bridesmaids showed that blue was the colour of the day. But for the 26-year-old bride, traditional white. The millionaire car dealer's daughter looked radiant.
Morning, Diane.
About 150 guests have been invited to the very private ceremony, which will be followed by a champagne reception this afternoon and then a secret honeymoon. Kevin Dunn, ITN, Central London.
And that's the lunchtime news on ITN. We're back again this evening at 5 and at 8:45.
this Monday, a spot of trouble for the brothers McGregor.
Oh, my God, it's maggots!
Nigel! Nigel, unhack Mr. Maggots at once. I see you're still catering to the riff-raff, Colwyn.
Ah! Oh! Excuse me, Chief Inspector, but you're standing on me foot.
Don't mention it. How are you keeping, Wesley?
Never better, Mr. Maggot, yourself.
Champion. Cyril, I have a bone to pick with you. The other night you made one of my young, inexperienced constables cry.
Oh, as God is my judge, Chief Inspector Maggots, it's a case of mistaken identity. You know me. I have this phobia about violence.
It was you, Cyril. He was crying because he heard you singing.
The Brothers McGregor, this Monday at 8 on ITV.
Hello and a very good afternoon to you. Well, we've got wrestling, The Fall Guy and Pleaser still to come, sport, adventure and comedy, all in fact rolled into one right now with Saint Greavsie.
Good afternoon. Today we turn the spotlight away from the league campaign and onto the international scene as British teams prepare to throw down a challenge in Europe. Greaves is back to give his views on Clive Allen's international chances and the prospect of losing his club goals record to the Spurs striker. We also meet the Glaswegian who goes back to Hampden on Wednesday, hoping to blast Scotland's European Championship hopes. Mike England warns all of Europe Wales are on the march and the Soviets could be the first victims. Well, after player drain, it's manager drain as Keith Birkinshaw heads to Portugal. Is Britain losing out again? And remember this, well, there's a chance for England to get its own back on the Scots. Well, before we start today, just to keep you up to date with the matches that have been called off this morning, and they're all up in Scotland. Matches at Falkirk, Dunfermline, Partick, Albion Rovers and East Stirling, all been called off this morning. But James, nice to see you back and looking so well.
Yes, I'm delighted to be back, Saint. I can assure you it's much better than being on the white sands of Kenya.
It's like sitting, working here with Cyril Regis. I mean,
yes, it is. Jambo Habari, as they would say in Coventry. Yes.
Now, while you've been away, lots been happening, James.
Yeah.
You know, Paul Walsh
has,
sent off in midweek. Now, you wouldn't think young Paul would get sent off, but it happened in an incident, Liverpool versus Southampton down at Dell. I just watch on the picture the number 6 here, Kevin Bond, and the number 7, Paul Walsh.
Oh, he kicks him, yeah, didn't he?
Real whack on the number 7, I thought, James.
Well,
But
it was
the thing
a bit
about
lower than that, Saint, but carry on.
But as they came walking back here, you know, Bondy running back, was Paul coming towards him. Just as they almost get level, you'll see Bondy turn to his right there, and this is where he did spat.
Oh, he did spit, yeah. Yes, he did.
I think we all abhor that.
Yes.
I think more than anything.
Spitting's the worst thing in football, except for that.